Can we begin?
Yes, can you just start your video? I'm going to...
Yes. Do you see me or not?
No, I can't see you. Okay, now I can see you.
So now I both on the screen. So the first question is, who am I?
I'll ask you the question and then, Leon, can you tell me about yourself?
Of course, I can. I'm alive, and much alive. I was born in the town called Lodz. I was born on January 1st, 1926. You cannot imagine how the sounds made the impression that is so strong. The power is so big, it will destroy everything on the way. Nothing can resist this power. But later, a couple of weeks later, I left our housing, came out of the street, and the opposite side was a drugstore. And I saw a group of German soldiers surrounding a few old Jews. And I came nearer, I was astonished and almost fainted, because one of the soldiers took the bayonet and tried to take away the beard of this old Jew, was so terrible with the skin and was bleeding terrible. I worked in the mental resort 1. It was 12 hours daily work. And we got, you see, the Germans has a special way to treat people without to get their hands dirty. They ordered a Judenrat, a governing board with elderly of the Jews, and they only give orders, and we ourselves have to fulfill the orders. As bad as they were, we had to fulfill this. So not the Germans themselves, we did it ourselves. Remember, outside these barbed wires is a war. And a war, there are armies fighting each other and killing each other. We are together, starving, suffering, but still we are together. Most important, how to get something to eat. Because you see, dear, and it can happen that you are so busy in the middle of the day, you didn't have time to get the lunch. And maybe you think in the evening, you are terribly hungry. Believe me, that is not hunger. Maybe higher appetite, more, but not hunger. In April 1945, 5 years, 8 months, and 3 weeks, with one exception, never but the feeling, I have eaten something, I am fine. Always this bad feeling of hunger, you cannot fall asleep. Pain, you wake up with a pain of hunger, and you couldn't think about anything else and how to get something to eat. They close blocks of houses because they thought it is not fair that we feed people who are not working. That means old people, sick people, and children. So they went from apart flat to flat, took everybody elderly above 60, 65, sick people, and children below 10 years old. It was terrible. They took the children, small children, from the arms of their mothers, about 20,000 persons in a few days. But on the way from to the selection, a group of SS officers. I saw in the eyes, the poles, barbed wire. I was in the ghetto in the later time electrician. So I recognized immediately it is electric wires, where I will come to. So after selection was a thumb, left death, right life. And my mother and my aunt Eva, they've been religious to the right, and they will take me to the guest chamber the same day we arrived to, as I later got to know, Auschwitz-Birkenau.
What is your message as a Holocaust survivor to young people today? What is the most important thing for you to tell them?
Arriving to Auschwitz, we expected the worst, but not the unthinkable. In spite of this, there are today in my home country, Poland, hardly a family didn't suffer from the Nazi Germans. Hardly one family who didn't lost persons from the Nazis' hands. They call them Nazis. They are marching to the streets of the towns in Poland with uniforms very familiar to Nazi uniforms, with slogans very similar to the Nazi slogans, and call them proud Nazis. These two things, the deniers and the new Nazis, the right wing, I am very concerning about this. Don't be indifferent. Don't look at things, bad things, and do not react. Don't be, because if you be indifferent, you didn't see suddenly how and when you get the new Auschwitz. It is not easier to be peaceful, help each other for this limited time on this earth.
That's an amazing way to end it. Thank you so much for this, for your time, for your story. You're a true hero, and it's moved me so much. Thank you so much, Leon.
You are very welcome. Be well, and doctor's order, be happy.